Hello and welcome to week 10 of NFL Game Picks. That's right, double digits. Two hands. Oh,
Two
nice.
hands.
What was that? Bear
I was
down?
bearing down, yeah.
You're bearing down,
I was
dude?
bearing down a bit, yeah.
Not the best bearing down you could do, bro. Wait, one more time.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was all right.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, week 10. I mean, took a while to get here, but we're in double digits now. It's pretty great. Last week, me and Chris went to go see the Dolphins versus Bears.
Sure did.
Quite the game.
Indubitably, yes.
Indubitably.
Yeah, it was awesome. You couldn't ask for a better game, honestly. The weather was perfect. It was 75 and sunny. You didn't even need a sweatshirt or anything.
Sometimes you did.
It's windy.
Once the wind came through, it was rough.
Yeah, but not a cloud in the sky. Awesome game. We didn't win, but it wasn't a blowout either. So I enjoyed it, definitely. How about you?
I agree. I'm always happy with a win, and sometimes I go on a spiel. I'm like, Dolphins need to be better, but like, what can you do when your team's winning? And like, what are you gonna complain about? Honestly, you can nitpick on little things, but it is what it is. Good win. I know you were a little upset about like the PIs and just the block punt. Some situations in the game, but that's how the cookie crumbles. You can't complain. What a great game it was, back and forth. It was awesome. Joey, welcome back to the pod.
Thanks. It's good to be here, guys. It's good to be here. Yeah, it's been rough this year. We'll get into my team a little bit more when we talk about our game upcoming. But yeah, rough week last week. Season's in jeopardy. Not gonna say it's over now, but it's in jeopardy.
Yeah, it's very tough. All right, real quick, let's jump into the standings. So far, Steve is just murdering each and every one of us each and every week. Double-digit win weeks almost all the time. I mean, 10-3 last week, 88-48 last overall. Eddie's right behind them, 85-51. Myself, 82-54. DJ, 79-57. Same for Matt. Joey.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Now on the bottom, now on the top. You're right there in the pack.
I'm above 500. You know what I'm saying. I went 8-5 last week, so I'm doing pretty good. But my downfall is that I keep picking these Packers to win, and they don't come through.
It happens. This upcoming guy keeps picking his team. It hurts him a lot.
Yeah, I'm having the same issue, but you gotta rock with your guys. You gotta rock with your squad, no matter how bad they might be. But yeah.
Very true.
Joey had a decent week. Mark went 9-4. Shout out Mark, frequent viewer of the pod / good buddy, good friend, good pal of ours. Joey, we'll meet him in a couple weeks. He works with us. Good guy. He had a good week. He's at 73-63. I'm right behind 71-65. Went 8-5. Thomas, I think forgot to put your picks in, buddy.
0-13.
0-13, 117 on the year. Looking kind of tough, but hey, shout out Thomas. Your Vikings got another huge win. And very exciting stuff in that regard for you, man.
He didn't even pick him to win.
I know.
What a fake fan.
Come on, dude. Do
fake
better.
Fan. How do you get all the picks wrong in a week? Nah, I'm kidding. I think Chris only invited Thomas to the picks, so he's no longer on the bottom. That's just my conspiracy. I think
maybe.
I think it's part of his master plan. But either way, let's jump straight into week 10, Thursday Night Football. We have the Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers. Atlanta favored to win this game, -3. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. They just seem like the better team. Panthers are kind of in that rebuild mode right now, and it's not looking good for them. They're competitive, but at the end of the day, I think the Falcons just are a tad bit better.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Falcons as well. I think they are the better team, like you mentioned, even though they both stink.
This guy
stinks. Yeah, I don't know. They're both bad teams. I guess Marcus Mariota is better than PJ.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Plus,
experience.
the Carolina Panthers keep getting rid of everybody, but they keep finding wins. So it's a hard one to pick. I think anywhere you look, you will hear one team or the other. Obviously, one has to win, but everybody's pretty much split across the board.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick the away team. But I'm not super confident in it. What about you, Joey?
Yeah, I got Atlanta. These two played each other a couple weeks ago, went to overtime.
Right.
Controversial call with DJ Moore. I'm sure everybody's heard the story by now that watches NFL, that watches this podcast has heard. A little bit different, though. They got Cordero Patterson back, so that's not something that they had in their last meeting. I think Atlanta wins this one significantly with Cordero at the helm, and they continue rolling.
Yeah, something to look at in this game. Everyone so far that has selected games this week for us is going with the Falcons. So that kind of gives you a gist of how we feel. And, I mean, you already seen the leaderboard. So a lot of us are really decent in picking games. I mean, barely ever have below 500 weeks. So I think that's a pretty good one to go with. Either way, let's go into the first game of the Sunday slate, which is an international game. The Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to Germany to play in Munich. Home of the Bayern Munich. What's their stadium called?
I don't know. You put me on the spot. I don't remember.
Sorry,
but
Munich.
Yeah, I mean, since you brought it up, I agree. I think the Packers should be playing there in this game. Bayern Munich came to Lambeau. They should go and return the favor. Plus, huge German influence in 100%. Wisconsin. But yeah, I like this game. I'm going to go with the Seahawks, actually. Tom Brady and the Bucs have not been looking good. Cade Otton was the number one receiver last week for the Bucs. You're not going to win many games when he's your top guy. No offense to him. Seahawks, surprise team of the year. I'm going with them. Not to mention the travel. Not that much different from flying from Tampa to Seattle or from Seattle to Tampa.
Probably adds an hour or two.
Yeah, it's like all within an hour. We actually went over that on the show today. I thought it was pretty interesting because I don't know, if you tell me anywhere out of the country to Europe, it sounds farther, but Seattle and Tampa, that's pretty much as far as you can get as far as traveling in the U.S.
Yeah.
Who are you going with?
I'm going with Seattle as well. Geno Smith has looked really good this year. I like that the Seahawks are playing as a team. Not a lot of household names, but they're getting it done. And I feel like they continue to get it done this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are coming off a big win against the Rams, but the Rams haven't looked that great either this year. So if Tampa does somehow decide to win this game or decide to win, they pull it out, we can think differently about Tampa. But as for right now, I got Seattle in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. I think Tampa is trying to get to that place that they want to be, which is obviously in contention for the Super Bowl. But it just looks rough. It looks rough. Really defensively, rough. Dealing with a lot of injuries. Offensively, just not working. Running game, they run the ball the fewest amount, like almost fewer than the Miami Dolphins, and Miami Dolphins barely run the damn ball. So like, I don't know what to tell you there, but I think things are turning a little bit in Tampa. I know when I say they're looking better offensively, it's not saying much because they've looked really bad the last couple of weeks. But I think they have the chance of to turn things around against a Seattle Seahawks team. Like you guys said, it's a surprising team. Are they really what their record says they are, 6-3? 100%. Their wins are validated. I think they've defeated a good amount of teams that are good contending teams. But I think Tampa just wants it more. Seattle can afford to lose this game. Tampa cannot afford to lose any more games, being 4-5. Still leading the division, but just not a good look for them.
Question for you guys. Will you wake up early for this game?
No. I wake up at like 9:30 every day, so it doesn't really matter. But
that's
I'm not going to wake up for this game,
Well,
I agree.
Considering what's coming up, which is the Cleveland Browns versus the Miami Dolphins, I will probably be up a little early to prepare to tailgate and all that stuff since it's a Dolphins home game. But that being said, I'll probably be up, but I probably won't be able to watch much of it, honestly. I'll be more focused on this other game, which is the Miami Dolphins hosting the Cleveland Browns. This would have been a way more interesting game had Deshaun Watson's initial suspension stayed the same, but now his new suspension has him coming back in a later time in the season. But it would have been dope seeing Deshaun Watson first game back playing the Miami Dolphins. But that's not why we're here. We're here to see the Dolphins play the Cleveland Browns, who have a bunch of interests personally. You have Jacoby Brissett, former quarterback for the Dolphins, former backup quarterback for the Dolphins. You have David Njoku, former Miami Cane. You have Amari Cooper, who's from Miami. He grew up in Miami, played in Miami in high school. And then on top of that, you have the Chubb cousins playing against one another. And this will be cool because Chubb, they both will be on the field at the same time. Chubb will be there defensively for the Dolphins. Chubb will be there offensively for the Browns. So that'll be pretty cool to see them try to outdo one another. They're not first cousins, but they're definitely related. I'm going to go, obviously, with the Fins. Got to go with the Fins. I think Dolphins are on a high right now. Opponents haven't been that crazy, but I think Dolphins have a chance to go into the bye week, which is 2 weeks away, against the Browns and the Texans in the bye week. I think they have a good chance of, going into the bye week 8-3, which will be huge.
I'm also going to take the Dolphins at home. Although Nick Chubb is probably going to have a monster game unless you guys miraculously figure out how to stop the run, which you haven't done yet this year. But I'm going to take Dolphins at home. I think it's an easier game to pick. I think they're the hot team. I think it's very cool that they've gone 3 wins, 3 losses, 3 wins so far to start the year. Kind of like how you guys flipped the script last season where you started off with a bunch of losses and a bunch of wins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you guys like to do things in pairs or runs or however you want to look at it, but I think you'll add another win into the column this week at home.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with everybody. I think it's an all-skate. The Miami Dolphins are going to win this game against the Cleveland Browns at home. And Nick Chubb is going to have a great day. Cooper, like you said, is probably going to have a great day too. All those former Miami guys are probably going to take off.
Any type of Miami homecoming for these guys.
If you got any of those guys in fantasy, probably put them in your starting lineup. I know I'm starting the Njoku, Chubb, Cooper, and Tyreek Hill this week, and Tua in one of my leagues. And that's on one team. But
that's all on one team?
Yeah.
No shot. So you have so many players just playing in that one.
It's complicated.
Dude, that's pretty tough. It's a
tough.
little scary. But hey, man, to each his own. I mean, I'm glad you have a lot of Dolphin and Browns players.
I got the guy throwing the ball. My opponent has Waddle, so it's going to be a lot of Dolphins, Browns. My eye's going to be on that game for sure before my team plays at 4.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, Joey, why don't you take us?
Yeah, so the Tennessee Titans are hosting. Let's ride the Denver Broncos. And I feel like this game's pretty easy to.
Yeah, do you guys want to just do this unanimously?
Let's just do it. Titans, I think.
Yeah. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Titans.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not really sorry because I don't like the Broncos, but yeah, it is what it is. You guys haven't looked good. You're on the same boat as us this year. End of story.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Titans will definitely win, although they don't have a quarterback, which is going to be interesting.
Well, don't say they don't have a quarterback.
I mean, Tannehill's hurt. Malik Willis completed 5 passes last game. So if you think that's a quarterback, then great. But as a person that's seen their quarterback throw for 5 passes in a game, I can tell you don't have a quarterback. At least not yet. Not out on him yet, but not in on him for this game. I think they'll get the win somehow, some way. But yeah, weird game.
Yeah, if you didn't clarify things, I would have turned you a new one because I would be like, don't be saying this guy doesn't have a quarterback when like you've been in similar positions. But yeah, I mean the Tennessee Titans looked really good against the Kansas City Chiefs last week. Was contemplating not watching the game after Kansas City struggled to get back into it, but they found the way back in, so it made it a little bit more of an entertaining game. Titans just played quite a pretty good game defensively. They looked a lot better than what we've seen from them all season long. Broncos is struggling. I don't think the Broncos have a chance at winning this game, and it's looking more and more likely each and every week that their season is getting closer and closer to being down the drain. You know what time it is.
Yeah. Big game for the right household here. We got my dad's Detroit Lions coming to Chicago to play my team. As you know, we were there last week. We got to see the boys play in person. And although we've lost a lot of key roles, or not key players filling key roles, missing Roquan dearly. He looked freaking awesome.
Oh, for the Ravens?
But yeah, he looked awesome, as usual, because he's awesome. But anyways, I'm going with the boys at home. I'm rolling with the Bears. Bear down. A lot of headlines are saying have the Bears unlocked and unleashed Justin Fields. I don't think that's the case. I think teams are going to start to figure it out a little bit more, how to at least stop his runs. But yeah, he just set a record. I think he has another good game against the Lions because their defense stinks.
Hey, crazy.
Yeah, I got the Bears this week as well. I got them actually going into second place in the NFC North this week with a win against. No, I'm not giving you a high five. Although that will never happen.
Come on, man.
Over the Bears. Yeah, no. I got them winning this game. Detroit. I mean, like we said, their defense is terrible. I can't even believe we put up only 9 points against them. It's just pathetic.
Yeah.
But that's a different story.
Is.
The Bears are trending upwards, and their offense is looking explosive, and I think they're going to have a good day against Detroit in Chicago.
Yeah, I agree with you guys all. I'm going with the Bears as well. Lions have not won a road game with Dan Campbell as their quarterback. I mean, as their quarterback, as their head coach. I think it's 0-11 and 1 a tie on the road, which is you don't want that, you know. Nope. You never want a tie, but I think the win last week might have saved Dan Campbell's job, because unless the plan is to keep losing and sucking for high draft picks, the future is not bright for Detroit. They have, I think, a bright future. I just think they need to figure out to close out games. They've been able to compete with a lot of people. I think they're going to compete with the Bears. Spread is only -3 for the Bears at home, so that tells you pretty much they have them almost even, because they always give the home team 3 points. But the Bears looking better each and every week. Offensively, I loved what I saw from them last week. Just wish the passing game was just a little bit better. If the passing game was a little bit better, and I'm not saying Fields is sucking, I'm saying the passing game in terms of design of plays needs to get better. Receivers need to get a little bit more open. Running game is always going to be there. Defense, you guys are good. So those are the reasons I'm going with the Chicago Bears.
No, yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said for the most part. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think Claypool is going to be a good addition. Hopefully he gets some more reps in this week. He only caught 2 balls this following past week, but I think he'll be more involved, more active.
What do you got for the next game?
Next game, I think this is another easy one. The Texans are going to New York to play the Giants. Giants have had a week of rest, a week to prepare. Brian Dable is getting these boys ready. It's at home. I don't see them losing this game. Their run defense sucks, and they're not going to figure it out this week against Saquon Barkley, in my opinion. All
right, so kind of already know what Chris is going with, but let's just do it all together. 3, 2, 1.
Giants.
Yep. I believe Chris is right there with the no pun intended. We're picking the Giants there. Texans competitive team, but just they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna compete really well with this New York Giants team. They struggle to stop the run. I think Chris alluded to that. But if Daniel Jones can play a good game, they can win almost any game, especially against the Texans.
Yeah, the Giants better not hope they lose this game somehow. Trap game.
High possibility it's a trap game.
Is Cooks done?
I don't know what the deal is with Cooks, but it doesn't matter. The Giants are going to win. And if they don't and they lose the 1-6-1 Texans, could be pretty telling for the rest of their season post-bye, depending on if they go up or down after the bye, if they keep trucking or if they fold. But I don't expect them to fold. I expect the Giants to win.
Nice. All right. Next game we have is the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I think this is another game we can chalk up like that. I know Chris likes to talk about the Jags a lot, so we'll give him some time on that. But another 3-2-1 situation. So 3, 2, 1. Chiefs. Chris,
yeah.
What you got for the Jags?
No, I don't know. We were talking about this earlier. This is just a weird game to me, just for the fact that I don't remember this matchup happening too often, especially the Jags going Arrowhead. Sure it has. Sure they've played each other a bunch of times, but I don't know. It's a weird matchup for me. I think the Jags are looking forward to next year already. Trevor Lawrence. They're saying Justin Fields might be better than him already. That's how things go in this world. What have you done for me lately? So I think this is a what have you done for me lately type of game for Trevor Lawrence, or a lot of people I think are going to be out on him. And who better to do it against than Pat Mahomes? Because even if you lose, they're just going to be like, oh, it's the Jags against the Chiefs. But Trevor Lawrence looked awesome.
Yeah. That's why, like, when you said the thing about Malik Willis, I was just like, man, they played a pretty good team. And, like, he did well. I get it. He only had, like, 5 completions. But literally, without the final drive, like, you could say Malik Willis, like, really made the offense work. Because obviously handing off the ball to Derrick Henry a lot is not the most difficult thing to do. I'm pretty sure we could all do that. The term is can you stand in the pocket? Can you find an open receiver? And can you elude pressure? He was able to elude pressure most of the game, but literally the last drive, it was just like the world was collapsing on him, and he just could not escape a sack for his life. On top of that, he just couldn't get the ball out either on that last drive. But in terms of the Jaguars, yeah, it's like what have you done for me lately? I think Travis Etienne has been helping out Trevor Lawrence a lot, and that's a big reason why they got rid of James Robinson. But I don't think they stand a chance against the Chiefs at the end of the day.
Nah. Much better game next, though. Oh, did you not go? My bad, Joey.
No, it doesn't matter. The Chiefs are going to kill him. The Chiefs are going to kill him.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Joey.
It's all good. You want me to segue into the next?
You got this one, bro.
All right. The Minnesota Vikings are traveling to Buffalo to play against the Bills, who are fresh off a loss against the New York Giants.
Jets.
Sorry. New York Jets. Sorry about that.
Hey, you're in good hands.
Yeah, appreciate it. I think that the Bills are going to wax the floor with the Minnesota Vikings in this game. I know Josh Allen has had some injury questions with his elbow or whatever it is. I don't think it's going to matter. I think that the Bills are pissed off. The Minnesota Vikings have played teams really close, and the only team that they've beaten in convincing fashion was us. And the only good team that they've really played this year, they've gotten blown out by in the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think that happens again today with the Buffalo Bills, or on Sunday. So
I'm going to disagree with almost everything you just said. I think the Vikings are a good football team. Like you said, they've only lost to the Eagles, who haven't lost to anybody.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was a blowout 17-point game. But this team has won close games, and I think this is going to be a close game. And I'm going to have the Minnesota Vikings winning on the road for now. I think Josh Allen's injury is a lot worse than we think it is. It's UCL, better known as the Tommy John surgery injury. A lot of times pitchers get it. He leads the team in passing, obviously. And,
I was about to say, I hope he does.
And rushing, so he's very crucial to this team's success. And I don't think he's going to be looking the same. I don't think he's going to be throwing the ball the same, and he's definitely not going to be running it like he does because he's already hurt. Big-time revenge game for Stephon Diggs. Justin Jefferson wants to outplay Diggs as well. There's a friendly kind of feud there. I don't know. I like this game a lot, but I got the Vikings winning, going to 8-1. Crazy.
Yeah, if the Dolphins didn't have a home game, I would be flipping between Dolphins game and this game at home if the Dolphins were on the road this week. This is a tough game to pick, honestly. Like you said, we have the 7-1 Minnesota Vikings. We have the 6-2 Buffalo Bills. Minnesota's only loss has come from the Eagles. Buffalo's only 2 losses have come within the division against the Dolphins and the New York Jets, who are competing with them for the division. All 3 teams have 6 wins between them and the Jets and the Dolphins. So I just think this is a big matchup. I think it should have been flexed to probably 4 o'clock to kind of make it a little bit, more accessible for the rest of the country. But it is what it is. Like you said, Josh Allen's injury, huge. I mean, that's a huge thing for the Bills to either – it's a problem for sure. Like, as a Bills fan, you probably don't want to hear that Josh Allen, your guy's star quarterback, is not going to be able to play in this game and compete very well. But then you also have the Minnesota Vikings, who have Kirk Duggins on the other side.
Kirk Duggins, baby.
Dude, getting iced out each game. And this is a road game. So guess what? If the Vikings win, we're going to get another video of Kirk Cousins iced out after the game. Just think about it if the Vikings win.
Just as long as I don't have to see Schefter do it again, because that was awful.
Oh, man. I'm going to go with the Vikings, just like you said, as of right now. because if Josh Allen's injury is as serious as it could be, it's not a good look for the Bills because who's going to lead them to victory? Case Keenum? Oh, my God. The storyline that just developed. Holy shit.
Yeah, man. It goes deep. I didn't want to spend a ton of time, but it goes deep,
Oh,
man.
no, let's dive in, bro.
Oh, it goes
Let's
deep.
go in.
Case Keenum, potentially. Josh Allen goes out, comes in, beats his former team. What a story. What a story it could be. What a story. Naeem Hines.
Shout out to Buffalo Chips, Bills Mafia. 20 wings this week were delicious.
But dude, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that until right now, bro.
Yeah,
so
man.
like, if that's the case, maybe Buffalo wins. You know, just Case Keenum has all this pent up energy from the NFC Championship that he hasn't let out. You know, had that struggles in Denver, and now he's in Buffalo, a decent team that he could be a backup for. Gets a chance against his former team. That's huge. Oh my God.
We're going to be hearing a lot of, hey, let's go Buffalo. That's what we're going to be hearing a lot of on Sunday, I'm telling you.
But yeah, man, I think this is a lot bigger game than a lot of people want to put it out to be. The one thing about the Vikings I just want to add, and then we can probably move on, is they've been like the most slept on, like 7-1 team ever. I think
sure.
They've just been looked over. I get it's probably in due part because the Eagles are undefeated right now. But on top of that, I mean, if you literally only lost to the only undefeated team of the season so far, like you're a pretty good team. You have to be. You have to be in that position. Anything you want to add on, Chris?
Dalvin Cook, James Cook.
That's cool.
When will it end?
I told you, man. This goes deep, bro. This goes deep, bro.
The production meeting for this game is going to be freaking
Holy
long.
crap.
This goes deep, bro.
That's wild, dude. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
No, I love this game. That's it. It's official.
This is a great game.
Holy
I'm
crap.
excited. It's going to be a great game.
Oh, man. Chris, why don't you bring it in for our boy Mark, huh?
Oh, man. Yo, Mark versus DJ this
Yeah.
week.
Hey,
yo.
Another fun matchup. Two teams, similar records. And two teams that consistently have been losing close games. So I'm anticipating another close game. And I'm going to go with the team that I think no matter who's on the field has the better quarterback. I'm going to go with the Saints. Sorry, Mark. Siding with DJ this week. DJ, I'm sure you'll be happy because me and you have been picking the Saints kind of together this year and they haven't looked great. But hopefully me and you get a win.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Joey. You got it real next. I didn't want to pick the Saints last week. It's just it was not a favorable matchup for them. Go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, I'm definitely this is definitely two teams that that are dying for a win.
Yep.
The Steelers, I've said it all year, look like they're just blatantly the worst team, and then my team started to look like the worst team. So sorry, Pittsburgh. But I still don't think I'm gonna pick you. I think I'm going with the more explosive offense, the more explosive team, and that's the Saints. But if there is any game for Pittsburgh to win, it's now, and it's with this matchup, and it's this game. And I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled out and actually got this game rolling.
Yeah, I mean it's tough, man. The Saints just the quarterback situation is a little funky right now because I think Jameis is able to play, but they're still rolling with Dalton. And how long are you gonna ride with that if you're the Saints? You know, you have a chance to compete within this division. I get it. You have like these wide receiver injuries with like Michael Thomas and like a couple other guys, but you know you want to see this team have success. You know they have explosive players like Mike Thomas, who's obviously out for the season with turf toe again. I mean, just robbing the Saints.
Was it turf toe? I
Yeah,
thought he
it's-
fractured his
it's-
toe or something. Same
whatever,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
Whatever. I mean,
The guy stinks.
they showed a little picture like side by side.
And
Brian Robinson
yeah.
got shot, missed 4 games.
Yeah.
Toe injury for Mike Thomas out for the season. I'm not gonna go too deep into that one, but it's just like
No need.
yeah, you don't need to. But it's tough because the Saints are favored, -2.5. But then you also have the Pittsburgh Steelers that I feel like could win almost any game they're in, honestly. It's kind of weird with them. I will go with the Saints just because I think, like you guys said, better offense. They just have the better team overall. I think they might get TJ Watt back soon.
Oh yeah. Mark was telling
There's
that.
hope.
The Steelers. So if that's the case, I don't think he'll be back for this game, but the news is that he's coming back soon. might be too late to help turn around the season. I mean, one player won't make the huge difference, but a guy of TJ Watt's caliber will make a big difference defensively for them.
For sure.
But let's move on to another game. We have the Indianapolis Colts versus Las Vegas Raiders. This is the first game of the 4:00 window.
This game is lame.
Yeah, just some things to talk about. The Colts fired Frank Wright and then hired Jeff Saturday within an hour, essentially.
Hired Jeff Saturday as their head coach. Let's just clarify that.
Yeah, just
yeah. I mean,
I don't know if you guys see it, but I'm scratching my head.
I think it's a fall guy type move. I think they're chalking it up, tossing in the white flag, waving the white flag, whatever you want to say. And I think it's going to be unfortunate for Saturday because I don't think they'll keep him no matter what, even if he ends up winning a couple of games. I'm going to go with the Raiders. I don't know what the Colts did. I don't know if they didn't. Stanley Yelnats didn't take the old lady up the mountain and make her drink from the water, but they're cursed at the quarterback position right now. And, I'm not confident in them at all.
I have no idea what analogy you just said.
Are you kidding me right now?
Come on, dude.
You need some sploosh,
yeah,
kid.
bro, stay woke, bro.
What is going on?
You've never seen Holes.
You've never seen Holes?
Yes, I've seen Holes, but when I was a kid.
You'll be cursed for all
Yeah. What was
That was crazy.
What was her name? What was her name? The lady, Madam
Zeroni.
Zeroni. Hey, let's go,
dude. Yeah,
I don't know why.
All I remember.
What was the little rhyme? Like the bark on the tree is as soft as the night, or something like that.
I don't know. That's too deep for me.
I got it.
Shout out
Armpit.
Armpit.
If only the woodpecker sighs, the bark on the trees is as soft as the skies. Yeah. All right. Shout out to Shia LaBeouf.
I only really remember Zero from the movie, and obviously Shia LaBeouf.
What about Armpit? He was the best.
That obviously didn't leave a mark on me, bro. I'm sorry.
What about the kid that stole the car?
Zero?
Nah, it was like the tweaker that came in.
Anyways, back to football.
Yeah, I don't think Jeff Saturday. Like I get where you're coming from when you're saying he's a fall guy, but yeah, he'll be the guy for this season, and then like after they'll probably do like a search. Maybe they do well, and then he maybe actually gets like a full-time job with them. He was like on their board of advisories and all that stuff, so he was within the building, but not like every single day. He was on ESPN doing NFL Countdown and all that stuff, NFL Live.
He's the first head coach hired in the NFL with no coaching experience, no college experience, no NFL. Like
he has very slight high school coaching experience, which is weird.
Anyways,
yeah, this whole thing with the Colts is like. I saw somebody say it was funny for 30 seconds and now it's just awkward. Very true. Very true. Jeff Saturday is one of your all-time best players, and it's hard to do that on the O-line. O-linemen never get appreciation, and he was praised by the Colts.
Called plays a little bit.
I just hope that when this goes horrible, they don't turn on him.
I don't think they will.
Because if they do,
Colts fans won't.
That's not right.
No.
With that being said, I got Devontae and the Raiders going off. Winners.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that like Vegas is favored. They're at home. They should win this game, but as we've seen with the Raiders, no lead is safe because they've lost 3 games by having a lead of 17 points in each game, which is insane. How does that happen? Back to Jeff Saturday real quick. Lost my train of thought. I'll try to get it back. I'm going to go with the Raiders just because I think they're in the better situation right now, and that's not saying much.
I might have found your train of thought. Were you trying to talk about his tweet?
Oh, dude. Okay, I got it. He's going to be able to finally call the plays.
Yeah. Oh, that too. But his last tweet before he was hired as head coach was, "God, the Raiders suck.
Yeah.
They look horrible."
Yeah. And that was 2 weeks ago, so that's pretty ironic. But yeah, he's finally going to get to call the plays. I don't know if you guys have seen the meme of him and Peyton arguing on the sideline, and it's
one of the most infamous mic'd up moments in history.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. But yeah, I mean, this game, the things we talked about are the only interesting storylines, honestly, in this game. Aside from that, just I think 2 teams that are having bad seasons. Like, there should be good teams. They're just having bad seasons.
I thought this game was going to be lame.
Yeah. Hey, we turned it into something.
Hey,
you know?
that's what we do, man.
Made diamonds out of shit. Or whatever
Exactly.
you want to call it.
I don't know. This next game, kind of good, kind of more interesting for sure.
Tad
We'll
bit.
see.
Tad bit more interesting. You know,
D-Hop versus Jalen Ramsey.
yeah, it's an NFC
Grab
West
your popcorn.
matchup. The two bottom teams in the NFC West and the two teams that have back-to-back losses playing each other. After last week, I think I'm out on the Rams. I'm going Cardinals on the road. If the Cardinals don't win, I think Cliff Kingsbury might lose his job.
I think so too.
So they need this win. I'm gonna go Cardinals on the road. Normally wouldn't do that, but I'm out on the Rams. I think at least for right now. They need to get Jason Whitworth out of broadcast and bring him back onto the field
For sure.
because they're missing him so much.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you said, Chris. I mean, like, the Rams, I don't even know. I don't know what to think about them.
Yeah,
Ever since week one, it's just been like, wow, you're not the Super Bowl champions that you were. Maybe it was losing Von Miller. Maybe it was losing Odell Beckham Jr. I don't know. But it's just not right. I got D-Hop going off in this game against the
He's so
Rams.
good, dude.
I love D-Hop
I'm
too.
so glad he's back.
Don't call it a comeback, eh?
I'm so glad he's back.
Let's go.
Although-
Get right game for the Cardinals.
Although his tweets were pretty funny when he wasn't playing. I kind of miss those too. But
And I like his TikToks and stuff.
Yeah, but
They
I'd
were
rather
great.
see him on the field. He's such a joy to
Dude,
watch.
he's so nasty.
So good.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cardinals as well. The Rams have been a little bit disappointing, Super Bowl hangover, whatever you want to call it. They haven't looked good. Stafford is just getting obliterated in the backfield, and imagine that happened last week with a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that is very depleted defensively, and they weren't able to do much. The offense is not the same. I don't think there's been a lot of talks about Odell possibly signing with a team soon, and I don't think the Rams are in on it at all, and I don't think they will be. So I don't know where they go from here. It's not looking good for them. That's at the very least how I could put it. But enough of that. Let's.
Speaking of two teams that would really like Odell Beckham Jr.
Well, one's out. The other one's.
We're not officially out.
I wouldn't put the Packers officially out.
Well,
They're out.
If they lose this week, they're out.
They're out. Guaranteed.
We might even be able to call this the Odell Beckham Jr. Bowl. when we get to Odell.
Probably.
No,
I'm just
Odell's
kidding.
gonna
We
play
won't get him
against
either
you
way.
guys
Oh yeah.
This week.
Oh
Nah, he won't
No,
play.
he won't
First
play
game.
this week.
He's not gonna play for the next
But,
3 weeks.
yeah. Green Bay is hosting Dallas in a huge old rivalry game, and
Des called it.
man, oh man, no, he did not. Not in the year 2014. Man, 1 month ago, we were in good shape. Now it's pretty much like the season's over. If we got a win against Detroit, we might have been able to pull something out. But, man, it just seems so unlikely now. I know Aaron said something in his post-game press conference that he's been counted out, yada, 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 some other BS. And it's just like, dude, everything was going so bad this year. And now you look bad too, man. So, now what? Now what are we going to do? Backs against the wall, 6 losses, Aaron Rodgers at home, little nip in the air, might be wearing some long sleeve undershirt under his jersey. In past, that might have led me to believe that I'd pick the Green Bay Packers and that we might be able to go on a run, run the table, relax, whatever you got to say. I don't think so. Rashawn Gary out for the year, Eric Stokes out for the year. Everybody's banged up, no receivers. This puppy's over. I got Dallas in this game.
I never thought I'd see the day that Joseph. I'm not gonna say it, I wasn't gonna say it, but you said it.
It's okay. I like the name Garfield.
Oh, okay. I don't want to be putting
I
all
like
of
it.
Joey's information out there. I'm just saying. Yeah.
And
Joseph
let me
Garfield
just
Gross.
clarify.
Oh, jeez.
I know
him do
I've
it.
gone on for a long time,
you're
but
good.
this is the last point.
No, you're good, dude.
I've picked this team to win in the most favorable matchups all year. Maybe me picking against them might be the time that they win.
Someone had to mute
Only
button
time
on
will
this.
tell.
guy.
Let's
Maybe,
see what
but
happens.
probably not.
Yeah.
Packers stink. Aaron Rodgers, time to hang it up, dude. Might as well retire. Dude probably should be in jail anyways. I'm going Cowboys.
Why you keep saying that about him, bro?
I guess I know, it's a long story. It's a long story. We don't have time to give into all that today because this, I'm here for the Packers being down. I enjoy seeing it. Sorry, Joey, but I know it pains you, but it makes me happy.
I'm sure it
And,
does, man. You know,
yeah.
that's why they call it sports, man. That's why they call it a rivalry. That's why they call it, I mean, that's
I agree, but
it's the name of the game.
Yeah.
If you guys don't remember, last week we had the Bears little pennant right over where Joey's head would be, and he's like, "Nah, get that out of here." That's how deep this rivalry is going between you guys.
I wish I still had my blanket here, and it's not because I'm mad that it's not down. It's simply because I had to take it down.
Yeah.
Other than that, it would still be up
It's
there.
okay to say you're embarrassed, Joey. It's fine.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm over here wearing a Packers shirt, for God's sakes.
Anyways, just like everyone else, I'm going with the Cowboys. Looking like the better team. I think Zeke should be back for this game, but even if he's not, I think Tony Pollard has a good chance of just doing well. Dak has been looked pretty good since his comeback defensively. I think the Cowboys have been looking good as well. They've been keeping them in games, and even with Dak when he was out, without Dak when he was out. So I think things are looking good for the Cowboys. Not so good for the Packers. It's very unfortunate what's going on there. But who knows? I think the Packers could have a chance, but if they lose this game, you can pretty much this would be 6 straight. If they lose this one?
6 straight losses. The only reason why we have a chance is just because we have Aaron, but he hasn't even looked like himself, and he couldn't even put one in the end zone against. He did it to Lazard, but come on, man, at the goal line, it's still very frustrating. But we don't even have Lil Wayne as a fan anymore.
Yeah, Lil Tunechi signed off,
which is really sad. I mean, I'm sure he's still a fan, but I'm sure
he signed off.
He's mad just like the rest of us. So
sucks to suck. Moving on to the 8:00 game, the Los Angeles Chargers are going to San Fran to play the Niners. I'm going to take San Fran. I love the addition of McCaffrey. I'm super high on the Chargers, especially with Herbert. I think he's awesome. Way better than Jimmy Garoppolo. But Jimmy G's team's more healthy. Hopefully Debo plays. I need him for fantasy desperately. And I have them winning at home. What about you, Austin?
Myself, I'm kind of on the fence. Right now, the Chargers just aren't looking good due to a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
I saw a chart of, like, teams that are, like, the percentage of, like, how many injuries they're doing, dealing with compared, like, what, like, bad injuries for them, right? And it's like a percentile type of thing. Chargers were one of the top teams, and, like, you don't want to be a top team there, because they've been dealing with so many injuries.
That's that lead in.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. It's one of those things like, yeah, we're first in this, but it's not a good first, That being said, I'm going to go with the 49ers. I think McCaffrey in that San Francisco offense is insane. Yeah. Insane. Not last week, but the week before when they played the Rams, he ran one in, threw one, and caught one, a touchdown. So that's insane. He had 3 touchdowns, and they were all separate type of things. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to just add, not to mention, I know we've talked about it a couple times, but Chargers, second left tackle right now, going against this Niners front. Man, they're going to get after it, especially Mike Williams and what's his name?
Josh Palmer.
Not Josh Palmer. Keenan Allen are both questionable, both banged up. So they're not going to get open at least, and not quickly, I don't think. So this Niners defense is going to get after it. What do you think, man?
Honestly, I'm going Chargers, man. I don't know why. I don't know why at all.
Something just led you.
Just feeling like it's that type of game where it's Justin Herbert and Austin Eckler's time to take over in prime time and be like, we're still here. Because I've heard a lot of criticism about Justin Herbert recently because I feel like a lot of people were really high on him before the season and a little bit in the beginning of it. And now it's like, oh, dude, like he's not in Justin Fields and or a lot of people's level.
Yeah,
this is kind of ridiculous. We're before the season it was like, oh, he's a Josh Allen type of breed.
They were saying like possibly top 5.
Yeah, and now it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I think this is his game where he's like, no, shut the hell up. I'm here.
That is a big factor. Like, if he's able to do that against this defense, I hold the San Francisco 49ers defense in a high regard. I think they're really one of the top defenses in the league. So if he can do that with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams out, that'll be huge for Herbert. And also, I think the reason that has shifted is because of the success of Tua. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or say Tua is really good. That's not like I'm wearing his shirt or something. But
It's all good, bro. But taking off.
But I mean, I think that has something to do with it. I think people are like, all right, like maybe he's not the best quarterback from his class, and that's no slander at him because there's the top 3 quarterbacks taken in that draft really good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, I think the 49ers have a good chance of taking this. But if Herbert can carry the team on his shoulders, then I see why not. And like you said, Austin Eckler is going to have to be a huge role in the offense for them to do that. So it just depends on what happens between those two guys and how they perform. Well, Joey, since you haven't done much of the game intros, we'll just let you close off this episode.
All right.
So why don't you take us to the Monday night game?
So we got terrific Taylor Heineke and the Washington Commanders traveling to Philly to play against the undefeated Eagles. I think this one's a no-brainer. I mean, Eagles are going to win this game. You know, Taylor Heineke played Minnesota really tough. And he beat us, and he won the game after that. I forget who it was against the week after our game, the week before last. He's been on a little bit of a roll, but I think he gets humbled by the Eagles for the second week in a row.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm going to go with the Eagles. The Commanders went on a little bit of a tear. They beat the Bears, Packers, Colts. Just lost a close one to the Vikings, but I have the Eagles winning this one to go 9-0. Taylor Heineke. Sorry, but you're not that guy. Although,
you're not that guy.
Hey, we mentioned trap games. Possible trap game for the Eagles.
I think it could be, honestly.
Just for a loss.
And they didn't look that impressive against Houston in the first half on Thursday, but I mean,
they're 8-0 though. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. They could really use a win here. They just became the first city to lose a championship twice in one day on the same day.
Yeah, two separate
championships
in
one
the same
day.
That's crazy.
If you don't know, Phillies lost, and then the MLS team, the Philadelphia Union, lost to LAFC in a wild finish game. Philly's down bad right now. They could use a win, and you know how Philly fans are. They just need something to talk about and throw in everybody's face. So hopefully they win.
As long as the Eagles are good, I don't think they're that down bad.
Yeah, so they'll go 9-0 here, I think.
Yeah. I mean, having the only undefeated team left, I'm pretty sure they're not that down bad.
Yeah.
But, I do think Philly's going to win. But like you said, high risk for a trap game. Another thing I want to allude to is whoever made the schedule for the Commanders really had, like, Carson Wentz revenge games in mind. Because, like, they made this a primetime game. They made the game against the Colts a 4:00 game when it could have easily been a 1:00 game. And they had this season scheduled out for the Commanders for Carson Wentz to get, like, big-time viewings against his former teams. And he's not even playing in them. Taylor Heineke is. Another thing is Taylor Heineke gets shoes of all, like, in the colors of all the teams that he beats. So it'll be pretty cool to see, like, a Kelly Green type of shoe
Got the Oregon 4s when he beat the Packers. They're pretty sick.
Yeah.
So what is he, like, getting these shoes before the game?
I think he has a shoe in mind before the game. And he's like, damn, I really like those. I should beat this team so I get it.
So,
for
like,
myself.
when is he wearing them, though? Is it like
he wears in the press conference
after, but the same day?
No, like to like the practice on Monday or whatever it is.
Because I was gonna say if he's getting these shoes beforehand,
it's a pretty confident dude.
Yeah, like I mean he's already had to return 5 pairs, so no, he hasn't played every game, but you get what I'm trying to say. So.
But yeah, man, I mean, high possibility for a trap, but I don't think that happens. I think the Eagles can easily win this game. I mean, they're heavily favored, -11 on the spread, -550 on money line, over under set at 44. But I think anything can happen between these two teams. Divisional matchups are just insane. So people either show up or don't show up. It is what it is. But any last things you guys want to say before we close off the show?
Run the damn ball with Aaron Jones.
He's hurt.
Please. No, he's not. He was cleared to practice. He'll be back week 10.
Are you sure about that?
I'm very sure. He did leave in a walking boot, but we're okay. So, Run the ball with Aaron Jones. If not, run the ball with Aaron. Just run the damn ball more than 9 times a game, please. I know we have Aaron Rodgers, but just run the damn ball.
That was another thing I noticed is like you guys were in the red zone one time, and you guys ran the ball on first down, threw the ball on second down, threw the ball on third down, and then like on fourth down you're like, oh shit, what do we do?
We should have ran it on second down.
Yeah,
hey?
I think you guys should have followed it with
so
a second
stupid.
down run. Like I think the play calling is a little bit washed
it's and then a lot of people are confused whether it's Matt LaFleur, if it's Rodgers checking it at the line playing hero ball. Regardless, it's abysmal. Fix it. Run the damn rock. For the love of Lombardi, run the ball, please.
There we go.
I don't know. I'm just nauseous from all this Packer talk. Yeah, Bengals,
Me too,
Patriots,
man.
Jets, Ravens not playing on bye this week.
Thank
Worth
you.
mentioning. All of those teams are still very well in contention, unlike the Packers. And yeah, bear down this week. Hopefully, I get to go home and watch it with my dad.
It'd be pretty fun.
If not, maybe Austin will take me to a game. We'll see.
Nah, it's already planned, dude. Sorry.
I'm out.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully Dolphins can get a nice win against the Cleveland Browns. I think we had some good picks this week. I think we didn't stray too far off from one another. I think we all kind of, banded together. There was a few that maybe some
Got
of
a
us.
couple lone wolves in
Yeah,
here.
but aside from that, the most part, a lot of us were on the same train for a lot of these picks. And that's more so just because the season's gotten to a point that we can kind of get the gist of each and every team. Big storylines for a lot of games. Crazy storylines for that Minnesota-Buffalo game, huh?
Yeah,
Dude.
crazy storylines across the board. Big week. But yeah, man. Big week. Worth mentioning, today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
This podcast is probably going to be dropped tomorrow on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's either coming out late Tuesday night, probably not, but early Wednesday morning, or if not, Wednesday afternoon.
Anyways, things might change between the times these games are played,
Yeah.
so go on NFLGamePicker.com to track our picks. Shout out Steve, because we might change a few of these.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you guys next one. Peace.